Sup, y'all? It's week 8 of the NFL season, and the following are my picks. We'll start off with the Giants against the Eagles. The Giants are coming off a win against the Vikings on Monday Night Football. Horrendous game to watch. However, one thing to notice is that Eli Manning had 0 turnovers. Who would have thought that would have been possible this season? It's kind of hard to judge this win, though, because Josh Freeman only had 2 weeks with the playbook, and the Vikings really struggled on offense. I feel, though, if the Giants can protect the ball, connect on some big plays down the field, it can make for an interesting game against the Eagles. Both teams, though, are coming into a game with the weirdest streaks going. The Eagles have dropped their last 9 straight home games, dating back to their last win was actually against the Giants. On the other hand, the Giants have dropped their last 8 straight road games. I feel like the Eagles with Vic back at quarterback, this offense could turn into lethal mode. Philly wins 24-21. Next up is the Cowboys against the Lions. The Cowboys are coming off a good win against the Eagles, a win in which they held them under 200 passing yards. Interesting, though, because they're going into Ford Field and up against Calvin Johnson coming off his best performance, over 150 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns against the Bengals this past week. The Cowboys defense might have to play some man coverage, send some extra guys after Stafford. He's only been sacked 9 times. That's tied for the league's best. With the Lions win here, they can start something real good, maybe a winning streak. They have winnable games against the Buccaneers, the Bears, and Steelers the next few weeks. Still, though, I feel like this is going to be a shootout. Both teams love to pass it. Both teams are in the top 5 passing yards, and both teams are tied for 15 passing touchdowns. That being said, if it's close, Romo could turn it over, or a Cowboys player, I wouldn't be surprised. Still, though, this Detroit defense has given up close to 300 yards through the air. That's why I'm going with the Cowboys 34-31. The following are other Week 8 picks. I have the Panthers beating the Buccaneers. Cam Newton played exceptionally well. The 49ers versus the Jaguars should dominate them out in London. Poor Browns or Jason Campbell. Jason Campbell's first start will be against the Chiefs. I have the Chiefs winning. Dolphins should lose to the Patriots at Foxborough. Bills at Saints. Saints offense shouldn't have any problem over there in New Orleans. Steelers and Raiders. I expect the Steelers offense to finally excel. The Falcons and Cardinals game could be a close one. Wouldn't be surprised. Packers at Vikings. Packers win. Seahawks at Rams. My God, Seahawks. Next up is the Jets against the Bengals. Both teams coming off game-winning field goals, although the Jets' game-winning field goal seems to have a little bit of more controversy behind it. Geno Smith, the rookie quarterback, at times looks rattled, but he's decisive under pressure. I like that about him. That's why I have him beating the Bengals this week. I feel like with this defense that's shown up most of the season, they could rattle Andy Dalton, put pressure on him. Last top 10 defense that Andy Dalton played was against the Browns, and he struggled in that game, barely throwing over 200 yards, and AJ Green only had 51 receiving yards. If the Jets stick to their recipe for success, ground and pound, win the first down battles, and Cromartie against Green, that's a matchup I want to see, I feel like they could surprise the Bengals and beat them. The key is, though, not turning the ball over. That's why I have the Jets beating the Bengals here, 28-18. Next up is the Redskins against the Broncos. The Redskins are coming off a tough win against the Bears, a much-needed win. Unfortunately, though, for them, they have to go up against the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning, a Denver Broncos team that's coming off a tough loss against the Colts last week, a loss in which they struggled to put up points offensively till the second half. We all know Peyton Manning leads the league's best passing offense. Still, though, I feel like the Redskins have a fighter's chance. You have to be able to put some pressure on Peyton Manning, as we saw last week. I feel like the Redskins could do that with Brian Orakpo and Ryan Kerrigan, both combining for over 8 sacks this season. However, though, the rest of that pass defense is suspect. On the other side of things, you have to be able to put up points in order to keep up with the Broncos. We saw RG3 looking like his old self last week against the Bears, rushing for over 80 yards, proving to be his best rushing performance this season. Still, though, I feel like the Denver Broncos, they have to be kind of disappointed with their performance the last couple of weeks, specifically last week against the Colts, taking that tough loss. That's why I have the Broncos winning this week, 34-27.